Man, what's going on with y'all, man? Welcome to the channel, man. Hopefully everything's solid with y'all. And before we get into the content, make sure if you want to see more from me, more content from me, y'all go subscribe to that Patreon. That link is in the description. Appreciate you. All right, so y'all know how much I talk about vetting on this channel, man. Vetting is so important. You know what I'm saying? On the woman's side and on the man's side, right? I think especially in this fast-paced society that we're dealing with. So us as men, you got to understand when you are interacting with a woman, women are meeting guys at the store, at the mall, on Instagram, dating apps. So you got to be able to identify quickly, is this woman interested in me or she just wants my attention? You got to be able to pick up on the signs. So we're going to react to this video. I'm not going to play the whole video. I'm going to be stopping it because it's a long video. So I'm not going to play the whole thing like I normally do. So if you're upset about that, go watch somebody else's channel. But I'm going to play the video and we're going to react to it.
The dating scene is still shit. I got a story time for y'all. So I met someone from the dating apps. Good old apps. So she gives me her number. I text her, conversations are going well. But I hate texting. Most of the time, if you meet somebody off the dating apps and y'all just texting, y'all never gonna meet. And I'm not trying to become a...
That's real. I think when you get somebody's number off of Instagram or dating apps, I think you should do a FaceTime immediately. And when I say immediately, that same day or the next day or like the next day after that, because women are meeting guys all the time. So you want the woman to be familiar with you, your personality, and kind of how you are, so she can put like an image with your voice, you know what I'm saying, to differentiate you from the other guys. So it's important to do a FaceTime call early on instead of texting, because like he said, when you be doing that, you ain't gonna never see her.
Pen pal. I'm not trying to do that. So I asked her, are you a FaceTime phone call kind of person or what? She said, no, I'm not really a phone call kind of person. I just like texting. I'm like, damn. So I'm asking her, like, when are you free? I'm trying to, get together, go on a little date or, do something. She said, yeah, I'll be busy a lot. I work at this restaurant and then I go to cheer practice because I teach girls how to cheer. So I'm like, okay, your schedule seems really busy. You say
So, important part right here. She starts to tell him like, I'm busy a lot. I got cheer practice. I work here. I work there. A woman that says that is not really interested. I'm going to tell you why. Because women make time for guys they really want. We all got stuff going on out here. Don't try to make it seem like you the president and you got all this going on and you got to book me in your schedule. I don't want to hear all that. I want to know, what days are you free? Any woman that starts telling me, I just had a woman the other day text me. I was like, when are you free? She was like, I got work all weekend, and didn't give me any days of availability. So what did I do? Unmatch, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't got time for that. Because somebody that wants to see somebody is going to make time. If my homie hit me up and says, hey, bro, when you free? I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, bro, I got to go to this. I got to go to that. I'm going to say, hey, bro, I got Tuesday afternoon free. I got Thursday free. What's popping? You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna do all that. Oh, I got all this. I got this. I got that. I got that. Because now I'm trying to fit into your schedule. You need to be trying to fit in my schedule.
Work at a restaurant or a bar, you feel me? Can I pull up, show some support? She's like, yeah, I actually work tomorrow. You can pull up tomorrow. Say less, I'm there. So tomorrow comes around, I pull up to her job. She can't talk too much because she's obviously working. But the little conversations we did.
And some people do that, pull up to people's jobs. To me, you have lost leverage once you do that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel, buddy, because a lot of times when you're attracted to a woman, you just meet her, you want to try to make it work. But when you pull up to the woman's job, now she's looking at you like you're beneath her because you're fitting it into her schedule. There's no benefit for you. You go into the job and she really can't talk that much to you because she's at her job. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I would never make a move like that. I don't want to come to your job. I don't care where you work at. I'm not doing that. I want to get with you when you are free, because me going to your job, that means we're not doing nothing afterwards. I'm good on that. I'm straight.
It was cool. I ate my little food, got my little drink. I tipped good. I tipped over 50% too. So I'm like, all right, bye. You know, we gave each other a hug. You feel me? Everything was all cool. I'm like, yeah, I want to see you again. She said, yeah, I want to see you again too. I'm like, okay, this is perfect. A day or two go by, you know, we still texting. So I'm like, all right, let's try this again. When are you free? I know you don't have a lot of free time, but do you got like an hour or two? I don't work at this restaurant this day.
And again, he's thinking that everything is cool, but the problem is she wasn't interested from the jump. And the reason why I know that is because she didn't make herself available. So what did he do? He inserted himself and went to the restaurant. And then, you know, after the restaurant, you're still hitting her up asking when she's free. Now, let's say, for instance, I was the type of guy that I went to the restaurant, right? For me, after the restaurant, I'm not going to hit you up. I'm going to wait to see if you're interested and if you hit me up. Because now I feel like I'm chasing you at this point. You're not making yourself available. I got to come to the restaurant and see you. I got to text you after the date and see when you are free. I'm good on all that because clearly you're not as invested as I am.
But I do have cheer practice to go to. We can hang out after our cheer practice. I'm like, all right, cool. I sent the location. I sent the time we was going to meet at that location. Cool, I'll see you then. I'm like, all right, bet. So the day comes and we're still talking throughout the day, even though we're meeting up later on that night. And about 1 hour before we meet at this location, I sent a quick text like, hey, are you coming straight to the location or are you going to stop at home first? Straight crickets. And a man like me, I'm not gonna get ready until I know you're gonna be there, because I've been ghosted too many times to be pulling up early. Fuck that. Eventually, she hits me up an hour and a half later. We're already supposed to be at the location. Talking about, oh, sorry, my dad just had a seizure, yada, yada, yada. That's such...
Of course, she gives him the typical, you know, my kid is sick, you know, my dad just had a seizure. And it's one of those things like where you can't, her dad could have really had a seizure, but I can't really prove that. So a woman is typically going to give you an excuse to where you can't really combat it, because if you do and her pops really had a seizure, it's going to make you look like you're an asshole, like you're insincere. Now I will say this, right? I had a woman one time, this is a couple years ago, where I was supposed to go out on a date with her, right? And then of course she hits me an hour before the date, and I'm thinking it's gonna be some BS, of course. But she actually said, hey, my dad has cancer. And that was the first part of the message I seen. So I already knew, like, man, this finna be some BS, finna give me a BS excuse. But you know what she said? She said, hey, I just found out my dad had cancer, but I still want to make the date. Can we just push it back 30 minutes? That really shows me that you want me, because not only is your dad really sick or he got cancer, you're still trying to make a way to see me. So I know that you still really care. But this woman just said, oh, my dad had a seizure, and I guarantee you she didn't give him no counter offer.
It's a fucking coincidence. I was still supportive. I hope your dad is okay, this and that, feel me, we can set up another time. She said, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to ghost you, that's really immature, yada yada yada, but I am free before cheer practice.
That's the biggest BS I ever heard. I hate when people do stuff like that. Oh, I'm not trying to ghost you and all these kind of things, but that's exactly what you're doing. Why are you trying to downplay what you're doing? Oh, I'm not trying to ghost you though. You know, my dad really just had a seizure, but I'm not trying to ghost you at all. Like, oh, I would never be like that. That's immature. But that's what you're doing.
Tomorrow so we can do something then. So I'm like, okay, she's at least trying to reschedule. So I'm like, okay, bet we can do that. Tomorrow comes around. I said, good morning. Crickets. Nothing. Didn't hear nothing till 1 p.m. talking about.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Women are very good at leading dudes on. This is what she's doing. She's just pulling the rope in. It's like the carrot in front of the horse. After she hit you with the seizure, you should have just blocked her at that point, because now she just finna keep playing with you. Oh yeah, we can do it tomorrow. I remember I had a girl do that to me. She told me one day, oh, I'm gonna come over, right? I sent her the address or whatever. And you know, she was like, oh, I can't do it today. Well, let's do it tomorrow. Guys, let me tell you this. Anytime a woman cancels a date and then she says, let's do it tomorrow, it's not gonna happen. I guarantee you it's not gonna happen. She's just trying to keep you in the hopes of it happening, because it's not happening.
I just woke up. Okay, that's cool. Are we still on for today? She hits me up an hour after that, talking about I just woke up again. LMAO. So me trying so hard not
and like, I don't have no problem with this brother. He's trying to make it work, but women are very good at getting you in this loop of hope, right? He's in this loop of hope, like, oh, I just woke up. Oh, I'm sorry. So this woman clearly doesn't have any respect for you. You should have been blocked her or been stopped texting her. I would have been stopped as soon as she said in the beginning, oh, you know, I got cheerleading practice and I got to work at the restaurant. That's when I would have called it a quiz, because I know you're going to keep playing with me. And that's what she's doing with him. She's just keeping him in the loop. Oh, yeah, you know, I just woke up and, you know, let's meet in that hour, you know, and all this different type of stuff. Come on, man.
Not to self-sabotage and say some crazy ass shit. I played along with her little LMAO. Ha ha ha. Get up. I want to see you. Ha ha ha. LMAO.
And by the way, ain't nothing funny. You don't hit me with no LMAO. Ain't nothing funny. You know what I'm saying? But the funny part is she's probably talking about it in the group chat with her homegirl. So to her, it's funny. To me, this is not funny. You playing with my time. Ain't nothing funny about it. To hit me with the LMAO. Ain't nothing funny. We supposed to link up. What's funny about that? What's funny about you canceling and playing with my time? But see, this is why as a man, you got to have more respect for yourself, and your vetting skills got to be on point. Because if your vetting skills were on point, this wouldn't even have gotten this far.
You know what's funny? She ain't even reply after that. I didn't hear from her for the rest of the day. I sent her a text, which I shouldn't have, at like 8 or 9 o'clock. I just said good night. That's all I said. Here's the kicker though. The next day goes by. I obviously still haven't heard anything from her. I check her Instagram and she hid me from her stories. Wait, Deshaun, how do you know she hid you from her stories? Here's a little tip for the people who don't know. If somebody has highlights on their Instagram, yes, they can hide you from seeing their current stories, but their highlights disappear too when they hide you from their current stories. So I said, okay, no, it's cool. It's cool. I sent her one last text. Ooh, she got me triple texting. But a nigga like me who is struggling in this dating scene, I low-key crashed out and I sent a text like, hey, you didn't have to hide me from your stories. Could have just said you wasn't interested. I sent that shit. I ain't gonna lie. And I got blocked after that. She blocked me on Instagram. But man, this dating scene is so trash.
And here's the thing, man. I feel his pain, right? I'm not finna go in on him or nothing like that, because I feel his pain. Because I've done this several times where women get you in that loop of hope. That's why I like to call it the loop of hope. Where it's like they just keep, yeah, we can meet tomorrow. We can do this. And women are good at doing that. They're good at leading you on, knowing good and damn well ain't nothing finna happen. And here's the thing, right? A woman is not going to directly tell you she's not interested. That's too confrontational. You got to pay attention to the signs. Like I said in the beginning, once she said that, you know, I really work a lot, a woman's going to tell you indirectly that she's not interested. You as a man have to be able to pick up on that. This is why you can't let a woman's looks blind you. Because what happens is us as men, when we really like a woman and her body is right, and she look hella good, you get distracted by that. And when a woman senses that, she starts to play around with you. So you ignored that in the beginning. You ignored the fact that she wasn't willing to do a FaceTime. And then you pull up to her job. So now you're inserting yourself when she's not. And here's the thing. She wasn't willing to make time for you, but she was cool with you coming up to the job. Because guess what? That's putting money in her pockets because you're tipping her. So she has all the leverage in that situation. Yeah, I'll come up to your restaurant. Oh yeah, I gave her 50% tip. Yeah, she gonna go take that tip to put in her gas tank to go see the next dude. And you know, not only that, now she finna lead you on. Once she sees that you can't pick up on the signs, that's when a woman leads you on. See, dating doesn't have to be hard. We make it hard. We make it hard. And when we act like simps, more women conduct themselves like that. Because again, us as men, if we all had vetting skills and we said no to bad behavior and no to women who don't make themselves available, women would have to step their game up. Because at the end of the day, a woman, she wants a man. She needs a man. She wants that companionship. So at the end of the day, if us men, we say no to women who are not making themselves available, if we said no to women who don't give us counter offers, women couldn't get away with the behavior they're doing. Because I'm gonna always put this on men, always. And like he said at the end of the video, man, this chick got me triple texting her. Like, you could have just said that you're not interested, and then she just blocked him. She just straight up blocked him. But again, this is why on this channel I preach how important vetting is. It's so important because a woman, what she does, her actions is going to really tell you how interested she is. If you're not willing to do a FaceTime with me, you're not making yourself available, you cut off. Cut off. Because now I know that you're not interested, because if Chris Brown or if Drizzy Drake said, hey, when are you available? And you say, hey, I'm free tomorrow night, I'm free this night, she'll go see him with the quickness. So you gotta put yourself in their shoes. Would she do this to Drake? Would she do this to Breezy? That's what you gotta ask yourself. You know how them wristbands will say, what would Jesus do? You gotta say, would she do this to Chris Brown? Would she do this to Drake? But the bottom line is, you want a woman who makes herself available, who keeps her word. And as soon as, like Maya Angelou said, as soon as she shows you who she is and she flakes on you, she ghosts on you, and she doesn't make herself available, that's when you gotta move on. That's her telling you that she's not that interested. But she'll take the attention all day. She'll take the attention all day. But just pay attention to how available she's making herself. That's the lesson we can learn from this. Because Buddy, he could have saved himself a lot of time if he would have just cut her off in the beginning. So like I say in every video, man, continue to put yourself first. All right, guys, that's my video for today, man. I appreciate you guys for coming over to the channel as always. Guys, make sure you continue to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm gone.